Welcome back to My Cat Calling, the podcast for cat people by cat people. I'm Krista Moy. I'm a comedian, writer, designer, and cat mom to this Golden Bachelor, Prince Gary. Each week, we dive into the world of the cat obsessed and interview a cat caller about their cat. We've got a great episode today with special guest and fellow podcaster Gemma Smith joining us with her cats Lionel and Luna. If you haven't yet, join our Pawdience. Follow us everywhere on social at My Cat Calling and subscribe to our channel wherever you get your podcasts. If you know a cat lover who might like what we're shedding out, share this episode with them. Spread the purd. It's time for our mood check. How you doing today, Prince Gary? How are you doing? He's been getting a little runny poop from the churros, so today he had a purr pop. All right, witches, it's time for our cat tarot reading of the week. As usual, I'm using the deck by Megan Lynn Cott, Cat Tarot. And let's see what our cards have to say. Do you want to put a little energy into them, Prince? Are you biting them? What are you doing? Do they taste like food? All right, that's energy sufficiently enough. Right, we've got the King of Wands. That's a good card. From the Minor Arcana, the King of Wands is everything a leader should be. Strong, powerful, ambition, and experienced. The crowns on the curtains are no confidence. You were born to lead, so it's time to act like it. Take control of your life before leading others, but don't hesitate to take advantage of an opportunity that presents itself. The king is a pure fire, a natural role model, ruler of the jungle. Go roar. Roar. Oh my God, that's a perfect episode for Lionel that's about to come on later today. Hear that, Prince? Don't be afraid to lead. Lead me to your food, more like. Next up, the cat thread. This week is a video from pianist Mariana Dimcho of a cat laying on a piano. Take a look. Oh my God, the mouth is like so open and relaxed. Ugh, Prince, why don't you do that? I guess I'd have to learn to piano. Oh my God. The pillow. Oh my. All right, it's time for our part of advice segment. If you have a cat-related question you would like a second opinion on, I'm no expert, just a lady with a cat. Email us at mycatcalling@gmail.com. Your question may be read aloud on our show. Our question this week comes from Brenda. She says, "Hey, Kristen, Prince Gary, not sure if you have an answer for my question, but how do you get cat puke out of the carpet? My cat always throws up on my white rug. I've tried everything, but I can't seem to get the stain out. Can you help?" Well, Brenda, if there's one thing Prince Gary's going to do while he's throwing up, it's run to the lightest color rug as fast as he can. I have dealt with that so many times over the past 10 years with him, and I found that there's a cleaner called Grandma's Secret Spot Remover. I guess I'll link that in the show notes. This is not a sponsored ad. It's just literally the only thing that I've found that works really well. You just have to like spray it. It's a spray bottle. You rub it in and let it sit. And it's the only thing I found really that does the trick. So good luck. I hope that helps. And best of luck to your white rug. All right, we're going to take a short break and we'll be back. Welcome back, Pawdience. We have a very exciting guest today. You may know her already. She lives in Brooklyn with her two cats, Lionel and Luna. By day, she works for a national animal welfare nonprofit, and by night, she hosts the Catbaret, New York City's cat-themed variety show, and Tails and Tassels, a podcast about burlesque and nightlife performers, and their cats. Please welcome Gemma Smith.
Yay! Thank you so much, Krista. And hi, Prince Gary.
Hey, Gemma, we are so excited to talk with a fellow cat podcaster. This is very, very exciting. I've been looking forward to this interview for quite some time.
Me too. I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for coming on. I must know, have you always been a cat person?
That's a great question. And I actually have an interesting answer because it's no, which
Okay.
surprises people. I really became a cat person in my 20s, I would say in adulthood.
Okay.
But it's because I guess when I was a kid, we did have a cat. Oh my God, Prince Gary is like everything right now.
He's like a little bit squirmy because I'm not sitting very comfortable. But
He's gorgeous. So I did have a cat, and we had a dog as well, but it was like our neighbor's dog who went to the nursing home, who we took on. And the cat, when I was a little kid, even though I loved Cosmo, it was my chore to scoop the litter box. And I was like
Yeah.
6 or 7, and I think I was put on. My parents were big give their children chores, myself and my 2 brothers. We had lots of chores, and I felt like I didn't really have the choice to like discover I love cats. Like my friends now who are adults who all tell me of their love for cats started when they were young. I don't feel like it was that way until I adopted my own cat. I moved to New York in my 20s to be an actor, like so many of us do. Try. And I got a day job at a veterinary clinic as a receptionist is like my survival job. And that's really where my love for animals, especially cats, grew. And that's when I fostered to adopt my first cat, Lionel. And since then, I'm like huge cat person, cat lady, 13 years.
Yeah. That's a really great story because I feel like a lot of people think like, oh, they ask me like, you must have been a really crazy, and I'm the same way. Like, I had cats growing up where I wasn't like super connected with them. Like they were just kind of like, like outdoor, indoor, and like hardly around, and just sort of like these elusive, like not very cuddly. And when you're a kid, you want like a cuddly cat. So I was just like, I don't know about these cats. I loved them in a way that a child does, but like I wasn't like hardcore like cat person, and neither were my parents. And they didn't do a great job at modeling a good cat parent. So I didn't really know.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said that because I'm always a little like shy to share that with people. Like we did
Yeah.
have a cat, but I wasn't really like that into it.
Yeah.
But same exact thing. My parents also, they don't view pets the way that I do now that I have cats. Like it's like another level of cat parent.
Yeah.
So that behavior wasn't fully modeled for me. It was like pets are responsibility and scoop the litter.
Yeah, and my parents were just kind of like put out a little food and, just let them do their thing. Like there wasn't like a brushing like routine, and like now like I like will brush Prince Gary's teeth, and like
Oh, you're so
we
good.
have like a schedule. Like he gets his treat time, he has his like wet food time, like everything's like a child, like he is on a schedule. So, like that I think really fosters a deep bond with a cat when you go through these routines and you have this like you study them and you learn about them. And that, unless you're really modeled that as a child, you don't know to do that. And
I
like
totally agree. And they are our family. They are our children,
yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I totally relate to that. That's awesome. Like, besides Lionel and Luna, you don't have any history with cats besides your childhood cat?
Yeah, besides my childhood cat, Lionel and Luna were my first adult cats. Now, in my day job or in my career working in animal welfare, whether at a vet clinic or a shelter, I have had a lot of history with cats, just like working around them. But that came pretty much after I adopted Lionel and Luna. So I didn't have like a youth or childhood history with cats.
Okay. So what is your meet cute story with Lionel? You got Lionel first.
Yeah, and he's my son. I love him so much.
Firstborn.
Yes.
Yes.
So I worked at this vet clinic in Midtown Manhattan. I was the receptionist, and it's so I could go to auditions on my lunch break and come back. That was like my survival job. That was my plan. And we had cats and kittens from a local rescue board at the vet clinic. while they were waiting for foster or adoption, and I just fell in love with this little orange kitten. And I think his name was Juan Pablo after soccer players. They were all named after soccer players, but I don't know soccer.
Uh-huh.
So I was married to my first husband at the time. Now I've got my second husband now.
Shut up. I have a second husband now. We are like, oh my God, that's hilarious.
We have a
We'll
lot
get
in
into that
common.
at another time. But yeah, that's a great little fun fact.
Yeah, yeah. I always forget. I was like, oh yeah, I was married before and I got divorced. A whole other life.
Oh my gosh.
But we decided we wanted a cat. We wanted to become cat parents. I had fallen in love with cats and cat people working at the vet clinic. We decided to foster to adopt him, and we should have adopted his litter mate. Looking back, kittens do so well in pairs. They have so much energy. Yeah, they're learning how to be a cat. But at the time, we were just like, we're new. We want to be good cat parents for one cat. And it was wild. He displayed singleton behavior, we call it in the vet world, where they're trying to swat it anytime you walk by. Even though you play with the wand toys, you do all the things that are appropriate to get that prey instinct. He was just kind of wild. And within a year, we said, okay, let's definitely get him a litter mate, a little sister or brother.
Yeah. Sibling of some sort.
Yeah.
Is that why his name is Lion-O? Because he's like a lion?
Kind of. Well, my ex-husband liked Thundercats. I guess it was the time. Animated series from the 80s. And I just thought it was so cute. My gut just said, Lion-O, that's his name. And I love it. Everyone calls him Lionel. And I'm like, it's Lion-O, okay?
Lion-O, yeah. You have to be specific about this is how it's spelled and pronounced. Do not confuse it.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? A fun fact that's such a bummer, but it worked out. I actually applied to be on My Cat from Hell with Jackson Galaxy when Lionel was young. He was only maybe under 2, and my ex and I got divorced. And we got chosen. We had to send all these videos. We had to Zoom with the producer. But when we got chosen, it was the time my ex and I were deciding to separate.
The timing was
Yeah. And so when I let them know, they were like, no. Because they interview you based on your personalities.
And your household. Yeah. Yeah.
And
so that would have been, that wouldn't
have worked. But it's good I didn't stay in a relationship. I was like, would you still do it? Would you pretend? He was like, no, which is valid.
Yeah. That's totally valid. I know. That would have been super awkward, having that air, and then everyone's like, sorry. And it's like, yeah, well, actually, we're not.
Yeah.
That's not a thing anymore.
It was such a hard time. Yeah. That would have made it worse.
Would have made it so much worse. Well, that's exciting that you got chosen, but also I'm glad it all worked out for the best.
And then Luna, we got her within a year. And this is a more interesting story, I think, because she was part of a litter of kittens behind our apartment. I used to live in Astoria, Queens.
Okay.
And she was the tiniest one, the runt of the litter, and the hungriest one. And she was maybe over 2 months. So this is kind of over the age that kittens usually should be starting to be socialized and rescued if they're on the street. But I was able to lure her with tuna into a carrier. And I took her to my day job. I took her to my day job at the vet, and, they checked her out. They let me know it was a girl, and it's the most basic pet name now, Luna. But, at the time, I was like, Luna.
Yeah.
And we, also fostered to adopt her. We worked with a rescue group through the vet clinic. They kind of, said, we'll work with you to also TNR her litter mates and the mom and dad. So our neighbors in Astoria, we all kind of chipped in. And there was, I forget the name of it, but it was a rescue group helped TNR the family. Someone took care of the litter mates. They were 3 months and they weren't friendly, but they were able to take care of them with outdoor shelters. So, but Luna was the only one that I guess got a home, and she's my baby. So she's 12 this year, and Lion-O's 13 this year. So they're getting old.
Okay, so Lion-O was about a year when you finally decided to get another.
Yes, he was so wild. He was running up the curtains, on the on the the clothes rack in the closet. He'd be in it. And he's still energetic. At 13, he jumps up on things and
That's
very
great.
curious. Yeah, so I'm grateful.
So are Lion-O and Luna indoor cats only, or?
Well, yes, I'm on the 3rd floor of an apartment in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And they are not
Yeah.
the kind that I'm gonna harness train.
Mm.
I will die if they get off the harness and something happens. I'd be too stressed and
Yeah.
I'm too anxious.
Yeah. I mean, that's very fair. And do they try to escape out of the apartment?
Okay, thankfully here in Bushwick, I've lived here since 2019. They know not to really go in the hallway even. I feel like they really know their domain. We have it's like a 2-bedroom apartment and there's lots of windows they can lay in. So I feel like, and I have a good cat tree, like vertical space. I feel like they're pretty happy. But in Astoria, I lived on the 1st floor of a house and there was a front door and a back door. And there was a time Lion-O made a dash for it out the back door.
Oh.
And oh my God, I don't know what came over me. It was like, when a child's under a car and a parent has the strength to lift the
Yeah, the
car.
like superhuman adrenaline rush.
Yeah, I feel like I ran after him and ran under this car where he ran under, and it was like parked behind the apartment, and I was able to grab him.
Ugh.
And then I just he got loose, but I said, Lion-O! And he ran back inside.
He's like, I got in trouble. I'm not gonna do that
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
My gosh, that would have been so scary. I don't think Prince is like very indoor and he's never like tried to escape outside. So, yeah, I'm so glad that he's never scared me like that because my gosh, that would be really scary, especially like going under a car because you don't know if he's
Yeah.
gonna like bolt the other way.
Yeah, and I know some people they've had cats that have gone missing, like in New
Yeah.
York City, like
Yep.
in Brooklyn and Queens, and thankfully both of the people I know, they were able to find the cats or they
Yeah.
came back, but that's terrifying because you could get hit by a car.
So much happening in you, or like, even I used to talk to my husband about like, oh, let's take Prince out on a harness and see if he wants to walk. And he's like, do you know how many pit bulls are walking around New York that would eat him up in a, like, or just not eat him, but like, scare him or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, there's just a lot of stimulation that would be really stressful for him.
Yeah, totally like outside our control. And I know like people
Yes.
advocate for it, and there are some influencers that their cats like go in the snow with little snow boots. I've
I
seen
know, that's so cute.
But I guess it depends on like the cat, the
It totally does.
environment, It's good enrichment, but it's good to be safe.
Yeah, and I think, like, if it's something your cat truly need like, if your cat is destroying your apartment and just, like, will not stay inside, it's better to take them out probably on a harness, I would think, than to just, like, let them out and, see what happens, like, that's a lot more of a risk.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
if that's something that can happen, like, I do see the appeal in that, but, like, if your cat's happy indoors, like, let him be indoors, like, that's fine.
100%.
Yeah. What is their personalities like in 3 words each for Luna and Lionel?
Okay. For Lion-O, my firstborn, who he's actually coming in, but he's not coming in I have the closet door open a little bit, and I can see his beautiful orange, big, large, and in charge self. I would say clever. And I say that because he's very smart. He used to know how to like open cabinet doors, so we have to leave the little baby locks on.
Oh, you have baby locks. That's so cute. He must be very smart.
He is. And then I would say clever, adventurous. He loves to go new places. The only time I can ever pick him up is if like I'm picking him up to like see the world. Like he's
Oh,
facing outward. Like he would never
yeah.
let me just pick him up. He's not a lap cat, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay because I love him for who he is so much. Like he is my soul cat. Like I
Yeah.
love this cat. So
Yeah.
clever, adventurous, and I will say loving in his own way.
Yeah. He
He
seems
sleeps on
very
my
loving.
pillow. Like, yeah,
That's so cute. Does he sleep like on your chest ever or like
I wish.
do
That's
a
more Luna. She'll come to me more like that. But he'll
Okay.
sleep like right above his head. He's like kind of withholding, and that makes it so much more like when I used to
Yeah.
date guys and they were emotionally withholding.
Right? He's like, "You have to, like, not even earn this because 'cause I'll decide. Like, there's nothing you can do. It's whenever I feel like it."
Yeah, yeah, and when he's, like, sleeping near my pillow, I hear him purring, and I'm just like, "Okay, that's the most
That's so
wonderful."
attractive in a cat or a person. Love me, please. Just give me
Thankfully
any crumb of affection.
thankfully, my husband now is very affectionate, so I
Yeah.
broke the pattern.
Yeah. Well, at least you get it from somewhere.
Yeah.
That's great. And so Luna, what is her personality like?
Okay, so she is simple. She's not clever. She, like,
Okay.
chases her tail sometimes, like
So
one
they
of
balance
those.
each other out.
Yeah. But she's very sweet, and I would also say elegant. She's like one of those
Mm,
cats that is just like every paw is placed so delicately.
yeah.
But she's skittish also because we got her at like three months of age. She was a bit under socialized. And so she like will cuddle, but only like when I'm watching TV or I'm working at the computer. She'll come and climb on me. She'll be a shoulder cat and she'll rub up on me, but it's like when she wants. It's not like
Yeah.
I could pick her up. She would run right away as soon as I like pick her up.
Yeah, she knows. She's like, "Nope, this is not happening. I don't feel like it."
Yeah, she's like gets scared and she's
Mm.
asthmatic and we have to give her an inhaler.
Oh. So how does that work for you? Is that something really easy to do?
No.
No.
So for a long
Wouldn't recommend getting a cat with asthma.
unless they're very chill and they love the little mask. It's like a nebulizer if people have to give
Okay.
kids. It's like you put this little mask on an arrow cat, it's called, and it has a chamber and then the little inhaler goes in. So it's like
Okay.
a chamber and the mask goes over the face. So for a while when I was single and didn't have my now husband, it was too stressful for me to try to do it by myself. So I was giving her
Yeah.
prednisolone, a steroid that the
Okay.
cats shouldn't be on that long term.
Yeah.
So when Alan, my husband, came into my life, I said, "Will you help me? Let's try to make it a project to get her the inhaler." And we're supposed to give it at least once a day. I
Okay.
would say it mostly happens. The thing is, once you have her, it's easy. You just kind of lean on her and you like put the inhaler in front of her mouth and you wait. There's this little flap that like shows each breath. So you wait
Mhm.
till like 20 breaths. It's fine. I give her churu right after. I try to make it like
Yeah.
positive
Yeah, positive
association.
reinforcement. Yeah.
But she she just doesn't, it's not reinforced enough that she'll not run away if she sees me like trying to come to her. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to surprise her. And I
So
hate doing that.
maybe that's why she's like, "Oh, I'm being picked up. Is it inhaler time? I don't know, but I don't want to find out."
Yeah, yeah. So I just go to her when she's already laying and I kind of just lean on her, do it really quick, give her a churu, and it's fine. It just has to be timed well.
Yeah. So there's no like specific time of day. It can just be
Yeah,
anytime she's just chill.
yes, at least. And I work from home, thankfully. So I am home a lot. So I have opportunities.
Yeah. Does Lionel have any medical things that you have to do with
Oh,
him?
God. I think you may have gone. I don't know if you've gone through this. I heard that on your pod or someone else's. Has Prince had urinary issues?
Yes.
Yeah, I did hear
Crystals?
that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
Lion-O didn't have crystals. His urine was sterile, but he's been blocked twice from like
Oh no.
inflammation of the urethra. So
Okay.
that I went on anxiety medication. The second time that happened, it was
Oh,
so stressful.
no.
And he's on Prozac. So I have to we give him Prozac every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does he take that? In his
In
wet food or in a
in a
pill?
pill pocket.
Okay.
So it's like it's a half a tablet in a pill pocket. Then we have to shred Stella and Chewy it, like dried food around it, and then a little churro, and it's like his appetizer before dinner.
Wow. Okay.
So I know what you mean. Like we have to be like insane to make sure they get their things on their schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of care, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
Oh,
Has he
100%.
always been that way or just in his more senior?
So he had his first urinary blockage in 2016.
Okay.
So he was young and then he got blocked. And so we did go on prescription food after that. They said it could be caused by stress. And for those
Mhm.
who don't know, a urinary blockage can be life-threatening in male cats
It
because,
can be. I had a friend who had to put a cat down.
yeah, it's,
There's an episode about it.
oh gosh. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we'll link that episode.
Yeah. There's an episode about that. Yeah.
So yeah, it's super serious. So he went to the emergency hospital, got unblocked, on prescription food, doing really well for a while. And then I had some house guests in 2021. And I think his routine was really displaced. It was like there were some
Mm,
kids, it was for a few days, and he got blocked again soon after that. But now that's
mhm.
been 5 years, so he's on prescription food. They started Prozac after that, and we're just really careful to like not have a lot of house guests or just always have like multiple litter boxes and add water to his wet food, just always encouraging him to pee. And we're just really mindful
Yeah.
that like he's always like every day, I'm like, if I hear him peeing, I'm like, oh, it's music to my ears because I know how
Yeah.
stressful it is.
Yeah. Oh, man. So Prozac helps with the anxiety that manages the symptom of blockage caused by anxiety. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, they say that, we're not sure what exactly caused it, but it could be, and he is kind of gets overstimulated kind of cat. Like he'll
Yeah.
come up and rub against people if they come in the apartment. Like he's friendly, like he's attention seeking, but then quickly he'll like his pupils will dilate, his tail will swish, and he's overstimulated. And I
Yeah.
think he gets stressed. So they think we hope it's helping. I text my husband or we text each other LGP if we've given it, which means Lino got Prozac. So
Oh,
that's our
I love
little
that.
thing.
That's great partnership that you have with your husband. Like that's all you can really ask for if
Yeah.
you're gonna have a partner is that they'll help you take care of your cat.
Yeah, give him his Prozac.
Yeah, for sure. So what is Lino's and Luna's dynamic together? Like when you introduced her into the house, how did that go? And then how did it evolve as time goes on?
Yeah, so I did the Jackson Galaxy slow introduction, put Luna in a separate room with her own litter box and bowls and everything. And then Lionel had the rest of the apartment. And I would do the scent swapping, where you use a
Yeah.
sock or something and feed them on either sides of the door. And eventually it worked. Maybe it was a couple weeks and then I introduced them. They coexist really well. They're not super cuddly with each other, honestly.
Mhm.
They're just not. I wish they were. They're not. They'll sleep they'll be hanging out on the same couch or they'll sleep
Uh-huh.
on the bed during the day together. They're often in the same room. And I just like feel it's great that when we leave or when we're gone all day or something, like they have like another one of their species in the
Yeah.
house.
They're not just alone.
Exactly. But sometimes they fight. Like Lionel will start to groom her in a way that I think he's
Oh.
like showing dominance.
Oh, I see.
And she
Yeah.
doesn't like that, but she can be pretty fierce and she like sets her boundaries and holds her own. But usually we try to distract them
Yeah.
so that we break it up.
Yeah. So did they play together when they were younger kittens or
Some,
smaller cats?
yeah, sometimes like they play with toys together, but they've never really like I've seen cats like wrestle play and
Yeah.
run after each other. Unfortunately, they didn't. So although I want them to live forever, when they cross the rainbow bridge, I will get cats again and I will probably get litter mates that
That are
like each
bonded.
other. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's kind of my wish as well for, I know Prince Gary. I would love if he would live forever,
I know.
but I know he will have his time. So when that time comes, I really want to get a pair as well so that, it's been really challenging with him. He's always been a solo cat. And, even when I adopted him, they were like, he needs to be on his own. Like he's used to being on his
Mm.
own. It's very stressful for him. Like, I'm sure I could do it, but it's very stressful for him to not be a solo cat.
Yeah.
So that's what's kept me from introducing another cat into the home. So, but I love that, dynamic with two cats and when people have that, like, and the cat has somebody to keep them company. And like you said, they have each other when you leave. And whenever we leave on a long vacation or something, like we have to hire somebody to come sleep here
Yeah. I do
because
that still if
okay,
I'm
okay. So
crazy.
maybe that's like, not something that will change, but I'm just like I can't just the thought of him being alone
Oh,
in the
yeah.
house with nobody
Even
when he's
more so.
sleeping, like it just like I don't know, I get like emotional just thinking about it. I'm like tearing up.
I
And
totally
it
get it.
just
Do you have a cam? A lot of my friends have a pet cam, and
yes.
I feel like we had one, and we need to set it back up. It, like, got disabled, but sometimes I
Yeah.
wonder if I'll stress out more Or like look at it more, or if
You
I'll be more
definitely
relaxed?
Yeah, if I'm on vacation, I'm like, "Let me just watch." Like, I'll have, like, a beautiful, like, something in front of me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "I just wanna watch my cat."
I know
I
we
don't
miss
care.
them. We
Yeah.
miss them so much on vacation. It's stressful traveling because we miss our cats.
I know. Yeah. So, well, at least they exist well together, and they're not, like, fighting.
Yeah, I've heard like worse stories, and
Totally.
you're so valid. Like, I also have a friend who has a single cat because this cat was told when she adopted her from the shelter that this cat isn't good with other cats and it would
Yeah.
cause the cat stress. So, like, we have to do what's best for them.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Okay, now we're gonna switch gears to, your Catbaret show.
Mm.
I would love to know what was the process like in starting this Catbaret show? Because I remember seeing it on Instagram and being really excited and, like, following you, and just, like, having, like, a show about cats just seems brilliant, so
Thank you so much. I like to joke that it's my life's purpose, you know.
Yes.
We love cat. I know you like cat puns. I do
Yes.
too. I do too.
Yes.
So I guess it takes me back to being a divorcee in New York City in my early 30s. I needed a creative project. You know, I had moved to New York City to pursue acting. Then I got a job at a talent manager's office, and I was kind of disillusioned by the whole industry. I had to sign an NDA when I left, so I guess I can't say much
Yeah.
about that, but it just wasn't like a very positive space. And I was like, I just want to create my own project. I got a day job at a animal rescue org. So I was like, okay, I'm getting stability in my day job. I'm dating. I want something creative. I want to create a variety show. There's this great comedy club in Astoria called QED Astoria. And I
Oh,
would go
yeah, QED.
yeah, yes. I would go see like shows there, and I was like, oh, what if I pitched a show, like a variety show, like about cats or me being a divorcee cat lady? The show's evolved like over time.
Uh-huh.
It's become way more cat. I think it was kind of like me experimenting stand up and like, I don't
Yeah.
know when it started, but I pitched it as a monthly show in 2018 and they said yes. And so every month I had a different theme, like Meowloween, Meowy Christmas, Happy Hanukkah,
Mhm.
Galentine's Day. And I still do
Yeah.
many of these themes, but it grew, got more. And I discovered burlesque. I started hiring burlesque performers and I dipped my toes in it and took a class and started performing and took a little hiatus during COVID. And then
Mhm.
the last 2 years, we've been producing at Caveat on the Lower East Side. And I should say Catbaret is a cat-themed variety show with comedy, music, and burlesque. We like to call it burlesque. I produce the show and I MC it. Sometimes I perform, but we love to put the spotlight on local adoptable cats from Rescue NYC. We partner
Uh-huh.
with a lot of different cat brands for a raffle. The show's grown. I mean, we had over 100 cat lovers at Meowloween. We have an audience costume contest.
Wow.
I'm all about like the community of cat lovers. I get cat ears for all of our audience.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like a little free thing you get with your ticket. And we have a lot of returning people that come back that I've just gotten to know through the show. And I've made a lot of friends, like all these amazing
Yeah.
performers who love cats. And it's a cat themed cabaret, but we love to like mix it up. Our next show is March 5th. It's a cat lady purty. So like cat lady's not just a gender or a stereotype, it's a
Yeah.
state of mind.
It
So
is.
yeah.
It's a way of life. It's not,
Yeah.
exclusive to genders.
Yeah. So it'll be a fun, like it's very like inclusive, warm, sexy too environment. We have fun. Yeah.
I love that. I can't wait to come back to New York and see one of your shows. That would be amazing.
Yes, and you're
And
a stand-up. I'd love to have you.
yes, yeah. I haven't done stand up in a little while, but yes, I have done many years of stand up and I would love to come and perform
Mhm.
and have is it like do people perform cat content? Like if you were to have a stand up, like is it like cat themed
Yes.
art
So
or
it's kind of like I tell them to like lean into the theme, cat
Uh-huh.
forward, but of
Okay.
course, like usually my stand-ups get like an 8-minute set. We have a
Okay.
tight 90-minute show, so we fit in about 6 or 7 acts. And I'm like, look, lean into the theme with cat stuff
Yeah.
first. And then if it's like a Halloween show, we've done Pride. We've done like, you can lean into the
Yeah.
other part of the theme too.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
want folks to just like have fun. But there has
Right.
to be like a cat first part of it.
That's awesome. I love that idea, and I think it's great to see, like, how you kind of, like, had this little seed of the idea, and then you just grew, and you're like, "Let's see what happens when we take it there," and add burlesque, and just have it kind of evolve and, like, grow its own legs. I think that's really, really special.
Thank you. And I also just like want to add for anyone out there, it took 8 years for me to grow big enough, or like 7 years, I guess I would say, for me to start it and then have Me Halloween in the fall. And Weruva Pet Food sponsored us. And like we sold out, and it took me that long, but like hard work pays off. Some other people, maybe it's quicker for other people. But for me, I'm
Yeah.
just like, it took a long time, but I'm so excited about how it's grown. And there's just so many wonderful cat lovers in New York that I
I
know
love
now.
that. I
Yeah.
love that. And like it's so inspiring to see like you said the hard work pays off. I think it's really a great testament to like just keep going at it and like keep letting it evolve and like it does take a while for things to evolve. I was talking to a fellow podcaster and she was like the hardest part of podcasting is like the first 3 years, and if you make it past 3 years, like, a lot of people give up before then. And they
I
just like they'll start a podcast and then they'll quit within the first 3 years. So
I
she's like, just make it to year 3 and then you'll be beyond that probably.
That's so good to hear, because I've also heard, this is really encouraging. I don't know where the stat comes, but most podcasters even quit after the first like 8 episodes.
Really?
Yeah, there's like, it's very rare. There's some stats out there where the numbers drop off, but 3 years, okay,
Wow.
I'm just a year and a half in.
Wow, that's
With the
incredible.
podcast.
Congratulations on your upcoming season 2 finale, by
Oh,
the way.
thank you. I know it is a lot of podcasting. It takes a lot of heart and a lot of work, but your friend's advice is encouraging to me.
Yeah, yeah, definitely you'll get there, and, this Catbaret show is a testament to, like, how strong your work ethic is, and your passion for what
Oh,
you're doing is really, really great, so
thank
I'm
you.
very inspired myself.
Thank you. Well, right back at you. I love that you do weekly episodes. That's a big lift. I hear
We'll
I'm
see.
yeah.
We'll see how long I can keep this up. I mean, I kind of just started it to build the momentum because, like, I just, the algorithm and all
Mm.
that. So we'll see if I can keep it up, but it's definitely been a lot of work to do weekly.
Yeah. I did a little bit weekly last year, and I was a goal this year, but then I said, okay, I got a new job. I gotta, maybe next year we'll do it
Yeah.
weekly.
Yeah, having, like, work-life balance is, like, key, and, I'm starting to, like, work on some other projects, so I'm like, "Alright," like, I might have to rein it back just a little bit, but my goal was to make it to 20 episodes of every week and then see from there what I can do.
That's a good goal.
Yeah. So, how did your cabaret inspire your current podcast?
Ooh, well, it certainly did. So I love hosting, right? It's probably my favorite part of the Catbaret. And I do like producing, actually, like type A. And I always wanted to be an on-camera host. So like when I moved here to pursue acting to New York, I realized I actually wasn't that interested in like theater or TV or film. Like I wasn't
Mm,
as inspired as I thought, but I thought I love like hosting, like facilitating, and I wanted to host I love reality TV, a reality show
mhm.
about burlesque and nightlife performers who, like, I know from the Catbaret, who have pet cat problems, and I connect
Yeah.
them with pet experts. So I had this like pitch deck, and I made a sizzle reel. I hired someone, and then I pitched this sizzle reel about this reality show where I like am the host of Catbaret and I connect people. And this was Tails and Tassels initially. And I actually had industry meetings with some people, but they were like,
Really?
yes, I signed a shopping agreement with someone who had been a producer on the international like House Hunters.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, but nothing happened. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not famous. I don't have very many followers. And
Mhm.
they said I was way too earnest.
That's interesting. Like, you needed a little bit more, like, of a, like,
Yeah.
sassy or, like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't wanna say bitchy, but I know that's, like, that's, like, the tendency for reality. They want you to be a little bit
Yes.
like cunty, bitchy.
Yeah, I think they wanted me to like be a little crazier than I am. Like, I'm
Yeah.
kind of nice. So I was like, okay, that didn't work, but I really tried. And then someone, the behaviorist, Stephen Quant, who was my behavior expert in the sizzle, said, Gemma, why don't you turn it into a podcast? And I had been kind of resistant about that for some reason. But
Mm.
then I looked into it and I said, yeah, it'll be my project. I'll still make it happen. I'll interview burlesque and nightlife performers about their cats. Now it's kind of like a lot of creatives and their
Yeah.
cats. And then I have some cat experts. So I just said, okay, I'll make it my own thing. And then I found out I really like it. And I've made a lot of friends just from like interviewing different people. Like, it's really nice.
Yeah.
It's been a good experience.
That's awesome. So why were you hesitant about making it into a podcast? What was that?
I'm not sure. I think maybe at the time I thought, for once, can someone just hire me? Like, for once, can like I
Yeah.
work with a team and like not do it all myself?
Totally. I totally relate to that. I know.
Yeah, but then I actually do like doing it myself. Like I learned that I enjoy it, and I learned a lot. Like I listened to a podcast about how to make your own podcast, and I made it a big
Mhm.
project 2 summers ago. And I took my
Yeah.
time. I did a lot of interviews before I released the first 3.
Yeah.
Now I'm not quite as ahead, but it's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
That's really cool to see that, like, you had an idea for something else and then this evolved.
Thank you. I'm glad I pivoted. Like I didn't give
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's, like, a really great lesson for creatives is, like, if you have an idea, like, maybe it's not the idea that you had in your head initially, and to have that flexibility, to have that ability to pivot, like you said, is really important because, then the idea can, like, take on a new life and becomes maybe
Yeah.
what it was meant to be
Yeah,
instead of, like, in your head what you thought.
exactly. It opens up other doors that could even be better.
Exactly, and you never know, and when the great thing about creating something yourself is you have not only, like, the agency to make it what it is, but you have ownership, and, like,
Yes.
that's yours, and, like, you don't have to work for a client or, like, work for somebody else that's, like, telling you this is what it should be, like, you are the one that gets to decide what it is. And, that's a really like I come from like a design background, and the reason why I wanted to like pivot into comedy and just start exploring like stand up and performance is because I really liked being able to like write something myself and like have it just be me for me. And, after a long career of being a designer, working for companies and designing for other people and what they want, I was like, I need something that's what I want. So, yeah, I think that that's like a really great lesson for people that are indie creating something on their own.
Yeah, absolutely. It does give us that ownership and like empowerment, and you're not waiting for someone else to give you an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So why do you believe that cats and burlesque pair so well together?
Yes, well, they do, right? If I have a whole podcast about it, and I've asked a
Yeah.
lot of our guests, because a lot of my friends are burlesque performers or creatives and they have cats. Actually, I have so many burlesque performer friends with cats. And I think it's because cats are very confident in who they are. They're unapologetic. They can be very
Very true.
graceful and elegant, but they can be really goofy and silly. A lot of burlesque can be very silly. You'll might see like tassels twirling and then the performer stops to swat it like a cat.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like humor. Cats can run around like wild things. One of my guests, Tabby Twitch, said that. And then my other friend, Lady Mabuhay, has an act where she's a cat with the zoomies.
Oh
And
my
she's
God, that's
running
hilarious.
around. Yeah, and she has to like warm up and prep for this act because she has to build her stamina up like weeks in advance. It's so good. And I just think they have this like mystique about them. They're mysterious. It seems to pair really well. In general, a lot of burlesque performers have cat themed names. I'm going to plug my friend Luna Lovely on the West Coast. In Long Beach, you have to go Show Me Your Kitty's Cabaret.
Ooh, I want to check that out.
Yeah.
Love Long Beach.
Yeah, it's a burlesque variety show as well, and it benefits rescue cats. And then one more thing, there's stage kittens in burlesque. They're like the stage managers or the assistants. They pick up the clothes and they set the
Yeah.
stage. Yeah, they're called stage kittens. So
That's so cute.
it goes hand in hand. Yeah.
Yeah, and cats are, like, very sexy. Like,
Mhm.
they just kind of like you said, they, like, saunter around and just they have a swagger about them, and, you know, if they had clothes, they'd be, like, stripping them off, and, like, if they were, like,
Exactly.
wearing if they could just, like, show a little shoulder, like, they absolutely would.
Yeah, a little tease. It's all about the art of
Yeah.
the tease. And I do think cats tease
Yeah.
us a lot too. Like they'll show us their belly and then
Yep.
like turn away.
And, like, the tail flip, like, back and forth. It's very, very sexy, for
Yeah.
sure. I love that. Well, if you are in New York City, go see the Catbaret show. Anyone that is interested in cats and burlesque, it sounds like a really great time. I, myself, cannot wait to go see this show. Is there anywhere that people can follow you, follow your podcast? We will link all of that absolutely in the show notes.
Love it on Instagram at Catbaret Show or at Tails and Tassels Pod. Can also go to catbaretshow.com and you can subscribe to Tails and Tassels anywhere you get your podcasts.
Awesome. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Gemma. This has been a pleasure. This has been a perfect conversation about cats and performing that I absolutely am just so inspired now to just go out and do all the cat things I've always dreamed. So thank you so much for being a guest.
Thank you for having me.
That wraps up our show for today. Thank you so much to our guest, Gemma, for chatting with us about Lino and Luna. You can stalk us on all social platforms at My Cat Calling and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. If you liked anything about the show today, you can show your support for this indie podcast by subscribing to our channel or leaving a comment or sharing this episode with a cat lover in your life. Thanks for listening. We love you.